So we're selecting all that apply. So you have to check every single one of them. And it says only function A is a quadratic function. Well, that kind of doesn't really make sense because it says two different quadratic functions are described below. So we're not going to pick that one, right? Anyone disagree with me? Okay. So then moving on. Both functions are quadratic functions. Yes, it says so in the directions. Not really sure what they were trying to, maybe they didn't mean to put that there. I don't know, but it says in the directions that they're both quadratic functions. So, you know, keep going. It says function A opens upward and function B opens downward. So let's see. If function A has a vertex of 4, 1 and goes through that point, that doesn't really give me enough information to know if it opens up or down. Well, let me think actually. Let me try plotting it on a coordinate plane and see. Because a vertex doesn't necessarily mean, well, let's see. So let's x, y, 4, 1 would be 2, 3, 4, up 1 would be around here. And then if it also passes through the point 2,5, so here's 2, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since the vertex would have to be either your minimum or maximum, what direction would you say that this opens up in? It does open upward. So yeah, we can tell from that information. So function A opens upward, function B opens downward. What do you guys think based on the equation? Do you guys know how to tell? It's if it has a negative in front of the x squared, which if you FOIL this, it would be a negative x squared. Put your hands down. Then it will open downward. You could also type it into Desmos. That one does give you the full equation and see for yourself. So that's another way too. But if the A is negative, then it opens downward. So let's see. X plus 1 and x plus 3. Okay, so yeah, it does open downward. All right, so I would pick that one. Function B does not open upward, so don't pick that one. Both vertices are the same. So that's plural for vertex. We know the vertex for the first one is 4, 1. What's the vertex for this one? So you would have to graph it in order to see its vertex, right? So then, or put it in vertex form, something like that. But the vertices are not the same. The vertices are different, true or false. And then the solutions are the same for both functions. Well, let's see. For the function B, where do you find the solutions on the graph? Where the y is 0, which is what part of the graph? Our x-intercepts. So -3 and -1 are the solutions for the bottom one. For the top one, I really don't, I mean, you might think you don't know, but based on where the vertex is and that it opens upward, how many solutions do I have for function A? Okay, Lauren says 1. Anyone disagree? Solutions are where again on the graph? Does this one have any x-intercepts? So function A actually has no solution. So you would not say that the solutions are the same because this one definitely does have solutions. This one has no solution. So don't pick that one. And then the solutions are different for both functions. So did anyone turn that one in and get it right? Or do I need to look up the key? Okay, then let's see. Let me pause this, Taya. Okay, so the function shown can be used to determine the amount of money in dollars in a savings account after M months. If no money is added or withdrawn, how much money is in account after 35 months? All right, so a lot of people were tripped up on this one because it says if no money is added or withdrawn, that they were like, well, then there wouldn't be a change at all. That's not really how some bank accounts work. Like, this is a savings account. Most savings account have some sort of interest that they pay you for leaving your money in there. So in this case, if you look at the equation, what type of function is this? There's really only two that we learned this semester. So is it quadratic? That's not, it's exponential. So knowing that, is this growing or decaying? It is growing because the number that's attached to the exponent is bigger than 1. So you can see, like, even if you don't understand this part, it's growing somehow. So don't get tripped up on, but there's no money added or withdrawn, right? None of these stay at 2,000. So it's obviously going to be growing. And really, this is in function notation. What did it tell you that n represents?
Yes.
No, not in this one. Months. So if it says how much money is in the account after 35 months, what do I do with that 35? So I know that first part was confusing because some of you might not have bank accounts yet, but all you have to really pay attention to is the variables. M is months, you plug in 35 for M, and then you solve. So that whole part can go in your calculator. Left side is just notation. I would put it in all at once. So 2,000 parentheses 1.005 all to the 35th power, like that. So that's how much will be in the account. Which one matches that answer? If anyone has it on their screen. C. Okay, yep. And then it's rounded because it looks like money. So I know that was another thing too. They're like, it's a really long number, my answer's not there. We're talking about money, so they're gonna round it to decimal spots. The questions on that one? Questions on other? Okay. 10? Okay. So it says complete the square. Based on my answers, I don't think we need to, but it says complete the square to reveal the vertex form and minimum value of the standard form equation. So vertex form is something that I will provide you tomorrow, but I won't tell you like about anything else other than this part. Okay, so I will provide this and tell you that in vertex form, but I won't really tell you how to use it. Do you guys remember what numbers make up the vertex in vertex form? Or in this case, letters? Right, no one at all, ready for a guess? Like right, like out of the. It's going to be HK. So then that's something that you all need, that's something that you all need to have on your index part. I'm providing you that part. You need to know that the vertex is HK. So then looking at these, well, we also kind of want to graph it too. So let's graph the standard form. So x squared plus 4x plus 7. All right, vertex, when I click on it, is -2, 3. So that's my H and my K. Now, notice that in this formula, it has it as x minus h. So when I plug in a -2, it looks like that. X minus a -2, what happens to that double negative? It becomes a positive. So that's why really I'm choosing between A and B on this page. It might be shuffled on yours. But that's why it looks like a +2 here, even though it's a negative on our vertex. H always looks opposite in the equation. And then they both have the same K, so that doesn't really help me. But then they both have different minimums. Now you need to know that minimum is the Y of our vertex. So minimum or maximum, because sometimes it's the maximum, is the Y of the vertex. All right, so that you would need to know. Minimum is the Y of your vertex. So between my two answers that I narrowed it down to, which one is right? Okay. So that's why I like that this is mostly multiple choice, because a lot of these have like 2 bad answers, and then it's just like a 50-50 shot from there if you forgot how to do it. And we're not even making it like super hard multiple choice. Most of them have just 4 options. So like your odds are so much better. Any other questions? I have time for one more question. You have all your classes today in order, in the normal order. You don't have strike. And lunch is like grab and go for the kids that need it. You don't really have like a set aside time for lunch. So we all get out at 10:30 today. Questions? 10:30.
Oh, no.
Oh, number 13. You can, second hour is not on there, so I'm on the second. All right, the 13 was the last test in case any of you care. So the value of a new bicycle is represented by that equation where Y is the value of the bike X. Years after its purchase, what does the 300 represent? So look at the equation. What type of function is this? It is not quadratic because it's not x squared. Then it is exponential. Now, if you remember exponentials, it was always this basic format. That 300 is in what position? And the A stands for good. So then if 300 is the starting amount of what? The bicycle. So not after 1 year. That sounds good. I'll do the rest. Not the percent decrease, not the percent increase. It's the original cost. B would be what you're multiplying by each time, and that would be what remains. So like it's keeping 75% of its value, it's losing 25%. Questions, comments, concerns? That's really good because the bell's gonna ring at 40:30. If you guys think of anything else to ask, make sure that you ask it, whether it's through email, whether you come see me later.